President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday visited the Kuje custodial facility in Abuja that was attacked by terrorists on Tuesday night. An official of the facility said 4 inmates and a security official were killed during the attack.
About 443 inmates are still at large, whilst another 443 have been recaptured. Reports say that 63 of the inmates still at large are members of the terror group Boko Haram. We will be joined shortly by our Abuja Bureau Chief, Amadin Uyi. He'll be joining us to look into this story, but it is not a funny story. It is a sad story because at the moment what lots of people are talking about is we are not yet at the elections officially. We're not yet at the presidential elections, and we're seeing it's no longer pockets of violence. It's now violence on a large scale. It's no longer random conversations here. There have been people who, there have been conversations about this being strategic and looking targeted, deliberate, planned, and very coordinated. I did read an article by Gumi who had said that he did get information about the attack prior to this happening and then communicating same to the authorities, but nothing was done about it. And we've had several conversations about this, several people who have said, but we do have our Abuja Bureau Chief joining us this morning. Amadin Uyi joining us from Abuja to tell us the latest. Good morning, Amadin.
Good morning.
All right, can you please give us the latest updates as regards the attack at the Kuje prison facility?
Not much has happened since yesterday after the Mr. President's release from the villa. We are hoping that there will be commensurate action following the statement. Like I said, it's the first time Mr. President has come out to criticize security agencies and intelligence agencies because the statement that was released late yesterday said that Mr. President asked why such an attack would be able to occur within the federal capital without intelligence agencies being able to nip it in the bud and security agencies being able to also stop that attack, because it was clear that it was a very planned attack. The terrorists came well prepared. They engaged the personnel at the prison facility for close to 2 to 3 hours, and they were able to free those they wanted to free. So FCT is on the edge because we have this set of dangerous criminals within the federal capital. We are hoping that we will hear further announcements for in the future, in the shortest possible time, of whether Mr. President and his team will be reshuffling the security chiefs, or whether there will be a change in Nigeria's security architecture.
It would be great, to have a conversation, with, some actual security analysts, so that we can understand how much danger the Federal Capital Territory currently is under. If you have dozens and dozens and dozens of terrorists released from jail and are now currently with their, fellow members, possibly armed, it's really, really frightening. But I want you to, just share your thoughts on the response from President Muhammadu Buhari. As I visited the Kuje prison, he put out a tweet yesterday, that seemed like he was, one of us, shocked. And it says here, saddened by the attack on the medium security custodial center, Kuje. I'm disappointed with the intelligence system. How can terrorists organize, have weapons, attack a security installation, and get away with it? I'm still expecting a comprehensive report on this shocking incident. Of course, the Twitter account is locked from responses. Amadin Uyi, please quickly share your thoughts on this particular tweet.
Now, Nigerians are also expecting that report, because that report will go a long way to determine the next course of action the federal government is going to take. Like I said earlier, it is the first time Mr. President has come out to publicly express his displeasure over the state of affairs. Remember a few months ago, he had a meeting with traditional rulers where he appealed to them, saying he has done everything. So from what we are seeing is that we are seeing a federal government that has admitted it is helpless to tackling this sort of crime, because don't forget that barely a few hours before, his advance convoy was attacked. If he was in that convoy, imagine what would have happened. would have Nigeria will become a laughing stock in the global community. So what we are expecting as Nigerians, we want to see an overhaul. We want to see a change in plan. We want to see a change in strategy. Because like you said, these terrorists have been released into the federal capital. Now, many of them, there was a time when we had sleeper cells within the city center. These cells were just waiting to receive instructions to attack installations. We will not forget the attack on the UN facility in 2014. So it's as if we are going around in circles. And Nigerians will also be hoping that Mr. President does not just express his sadness and his shock. When he receives that report, either heads should rule or either there should be a change in the current security architecture.
We've seen Ahmadine reports that ISWAP has claimed responsibility for this as well. There have also been conflicting reports. I don't know if you can either confirm, or negate this, that it is the same perpetrators of the Abuja Kaduna train attack that have perpetrated the attack on Kuje prison, especially because we know that one of the terms that they had put forward to the federal government was that some of their brothers who have been held in captivity be released. What are your thoughts on this? And can you either confirm or negate this?
Okay, first of all, I saw the video last night of ISWAP. The video which they released was just a very short video which they released of the attack, when the attack was going on. And being on the scene, I could link it with one or two sites I saw, but we still need further forensic analysis because, ISWAP they also have their own media propaganda, and where sometimes they just document videos, put it out and try to deceive the public that this is what happened. But since they have claimed responsibility, then it is clear that the federal government will know where they are looking. But we need to be bothered because ISWAP has only been operational around the fringes of the Lake Chad Basin. When you talk coming further into inroads into Nigeria, you talk of Boko Haram, and then you talk of there was another terrorist sect that was very active in the Kogi area. Those were the terrorist organizations that were very active within the cities. But now that ISWAP now has the ability or the capacity, they are claiming they have the capability to now carry out attacks much deeper into Nigeria's territory, then it's a source of concern. Like we have already always said it, that we need to put the political will and the military will to fight this. Nigerians are still reeling from the attack that happened in Shiroro, somewhere in Niger, around Niger, Kaduna axis, where we lost several of our gallant security personnel. And just barely a few days, we are seeing this attack on a medium security prison facility. It's a source of worry because remember that Abuja is a capital city. This is the seat of government. This is the seat of the diplomatic community. This is the seat of the international community. So once these terrorists have this ability to be able to carry out this kind of attacks successfully, I think everybody needs to start getting worried.
All right, quickly also share with us, what's the mood like in the Federal Capital Territory from the people that you've spoken with? Is there, any sense of apprehension? Are people living in fear currently? And also, the reports of high-profile, personalities that were in that prison, Abba Kyari and the likes. Can you confirm any of those reports that they may have also been, set free? During that attack.
Let me start with the question on Abba Kyari. We tried to get information because every Nigerian wanted to know his whereabouts. Remember, he was a high-profile police personnel. He now has issues with Nigeria's federal government over drug-related charges and also corruption charges. And so that was where he was. But yesterday when we tried to find out, we found out that the prison authorities did not want to come out clean. What some of them were saying to us is that Abba Kyari is still in the hands of the federal government and that he has been relocated to a safer location. First of all, it was not just Abakari being able to escape the facility. Being in that facility, we had heard reports that his security, he had problems with his security because a lot of those hardened inmates that were there were put in there under his watch. So there were rumors that his life was being threatened by some of these inmates, and they were looking for ways to try to exterminate him. So the first question we began asking was, during that attack, when we knew it was going to be a free-for-all, everybody scrambling, hope Abakari is safe. But from the information we are hearing from the prison authorities, they say he's safe, he was not attacked, and he has been relocated. We are still waiting for a statement in black and white to say this is exactly what the position, because sometimes all these things still exist on the realm of rumors and speculations. Then also for the question on residents, yes, there's fear and apprehension in the city center. Yesterday, there were several messages on social media asking residents to be more cautious, residents to take their safety seriously, residents not to go out at night because these desperate criminals who want to remain out of the clutches of Nigeria security personnel and will do anything. They are on the loose. So for that, speaking to one or two people, you could hear that fear and apprehension in their voices. But we are hoping that the federal government quickly restore law, order, and put this fear behind most residents in the federal capital.
All right, Amadine, thank you very much. Please stay safe in the federal capital. And we do hope that we will not hear more incidences like this, not just in the federal capital, but in other parts of the country. I mean, it's only hope right now that we can hang on to. But thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, too.